Hi everyone. Today we are ready to the second case study of people management. So from startup to scale up, we speak about Tala. Our team is Joshua, Ritik, Chiang, Lin, and I, Otman. So Soraya is passionate about providing financial services to everyone who is not able to. She used it to work for an NGO in India which was used to provide financial services such as a formal loan and other banking services to the people. And during these case experiences, she realized that a lot of people do not have credit score, which can be used to make them trustable in financial systems. Working on a project with UN, she interviewed people and asked questions related to trying and building credit scores. And she finds out that most of the info and data that can be used to develop a kind of financial identity is available on people's phone already. That can be used just like the credit score to represent the risk of someone's. Soraya turned her idea into business and launched Tala, a tech startup that provides financial services to the people in developing markets who do not have access to those services. In the beginning, it was financed with her own capital, and after that, she lent $20,000 from 50 different people around the world. She started she started with voice and text messaging, and then after developing an app that could extract data from the borrower's phones to verify identity and calculate the credit score. Currently, the app evaluates 10,000 data points of the borrower's identity, and it allows the borrowers to get the loan with 2 minutes with inline payment rates of traditional banks. Tala is now going through a scale up process. There are many challenges they are going to face while continuing to grow. There is a move from generalist to specialist employees, from a comfort risk taking to a focus on the consistency in delivering, and towards developing processes rather than relying in spontaneous problem solving. In addition, Soraya identified two unique challenges of the company. The first one is the lack of awareness on the part of potential investors about the opportunities in Africa and other developing markets. Second one is to find ways of how to expanding globally and launching in new countries and offer more financial services to its customer. Now, my colleagues are going to explain the second part.
Hi everyone, I'm Chenny. So now I'm going to talk about the question one. What organizational structure would you recommend Tala to develop? So based on the summary, we can see that now Tala is growing quickly and operating in many different countries, and each country has its unique customers, regulations, and challenge. So at the same time, Tala's team, like marketing, and IT team need to stay consistent and specialized, and also need to balance the efficiency and flexibility. So our recommendation is the matrix organizational structures. And this structure combines two layers. We can see from the left-hand side, we have the regional teams and also the functional teams in our structure. And so the functional team is like finance, IT, marketing, and the regional teams such as the Kenya, Philippines, or Southeast Asia. So each employee has two managers, one for their functional expertise and one for their original work. So based on past research and study, we have identified a key advantage for of adopting the metric structure for Tala. So the first one is balance between local and global needs. So with the metric structure, they will allow global functional leaders to ensure the consistencies in standard while adapt to the local market needs and focus on the multiple objectives at the same time. And the second one is flexibility and scalability. So with this structure will allow Tala to expand operations geographically without losing its innovative edge, as regional managers can quickly respond to the local challenge while staying aligned with the global strategy. And the third one is cross-functional collaboration. So with this structure will ensure that all the perspectives are considered in decision making, especially for the data-driven and customer-centric solution like Tata. And the last one is encourage knowledge sharing. So this structure will also help Tata to capitalize on organizational learning by transferring the best practice from one market to another to enhance its ability to adapt and innovative. So the metric structure will also have some disadvantage. The first one is conflicting priority. So the employee might struggling with reporting to two managers and lead to the unclearing responsibility or conflict priority. And the second one is the complexity in communication. So the dual reporting relations and cross-functional teams also will require more communication and coordination, and this can lead to the potential miscommunications. And the third one is potential for power struggles. So the conflicts can arise when managers from different dimensions to have maybe some competing goal or resource demand. And the last one is slower decision making. So frequently meeting and collaboration between functional and regional teams may slow down the decision making and also reduce the efficiency. So to address this challenge, Tata can take some actions like clearly define the role to avoid the confusion, or also can create a project teams for quickly decision making when needed, and to invest in training course to manage the cross-functional collaboration issues. And this solution will help Tata to grow more efficiently while staying flexible as it expands.
Hello everyone, I'm Julie, and the question I will be answering is question 1, number 2, and number 3. So the question is, what kind of challenges might the company face at its start to bring in formal processes to a very informal working environment? And to answering this question, we have to know what is the informal and formal environment first. The informal environment normally begins in a startup company, and it's more flexible, creative, innovative. So the company will not be working with so many people, and the often the goals are not so focused and may not always be clear rather than specific company guidelines. On the other hand, the formal environment is for scaling up company that brings more hierarchies and levels for this company. So it will be more people, more departments that you will have more regulations or policies for the company. And researchers shows that these changes are likely to increase their workloads and generally affect employees' perceived physical and emotional demands. So later on, we will see what kind of challenges it might happen in these kind of changes. There will be many challenges when facing this kind of changes from informal environment to a formal environment. And we concluded 5 changes that is more obvious and important in the company. First is resistance to change. People are used to the startup company culture and always being innovative, so they may not want to change to a formal structure. They might see the change as a disadvantage with their innovative. Secondly is the loss of agility and flexibility. Introducing standardized processes and hierarchies could slow down decision-making, reducing the company's ability to quickly respond to the market changes. And thirdly is culture dilution. As the formal procedures and rules produce divisions or more complex workflows, the informal cooperative culture that promoted creativity and connections could disappear. So the employee initiative and creativity may suffer as a result of feeling less empowered. And the fourth challenge is communication gaps. Formal structures often involve multiple layers of management, which can lead to the delay of the miscommunication, and poor communication might hinder alignment across teams, particularly in Tala's cross-regional operations. And lastly is the pressure of leadership. Managers may struggle to balance enforcing formal processes with maintaining flexibility and employee engagement. This can lead to the leadership fatigue and ineffective implementation of new systems. So, how could we deal with these challenges effectively? On the left-hand side are the challenges that I talked about, and the right-hand side are the solutions may fit the challenges. So the first challenge is resistance to change. We can introduce formal processes slowly and ensure that teams have time to adjust and provide feedbacks. We also can use pilot programs to test processes before spreading them across the entire organizations. Secondly, the loss of agility and flexibility. We can create small cross-functional teams with the authority to make decisions within their domain to reduce bottlenecks, maintain flexibility, and encourage innovation by allowing teams to act independently while staying aligned with the company's broader goals. Thirdly, with the culture dilution, we can preserve some aspects of the startup culture, such as informal brainstorming sessions or cross-functional collaborations, to retain the innovative spirit. And also, we can create surveys for the employees to see how they feel currently. Then, when it comes to the challenge of transparent and clear communication, we can explain the purpose of formal procedures in detail and highlight how they promote long-term objectives and scalability. And inserting the AI tool like project management to track the working process is good for the employees to not misunderstand each other in the workforce. And lastly, with the challenge of leadership training, we can equip managers with skills to lead during transitions such as change management and maintaining team morale while enforcing new processes. Also, we can use agile methodology to keep teams continually improved and stay competitive.
Training enjoy a 24% higher profit margin than those who spent less on training. Also, highly engaged teams produce 21% greater profitability, which is achieved by having individual learning and organizational learning. So, individual learning is really important if Tala wants greater profitability in their company. So we suggest that Thala use AI tools like IBM Watson for individual learning because it has a data analytic which identify the key skill development program for the employee to do it and efficiently. So next, also we suggest that Tala to implement e-learning courses in their company, like Coursera Plus, which has 7,000 plus world-class courses. The second is Udemy Business, which has 28,000 courses. And lastly, SC Training, where managers can create their own courses using AI for the employees to take part in. So lastly, for the individual learning, we suggest better up platform because that it has a lot of features like evaluations of performance using its large data sets, and it also has AI which is used to examine the weakness and strength and the growth of the employee. It also has 4,000 coaches to help in individual motivations and mental health fitness. It also have features for peer mentorship selection within the organizations for the employee to take part in. So the organizational learning process has three levels: individual level, group level, or organizational level at the top. It has four features which is sometimes intertwined with two different levels. The first feature is intuitions. Intuitions is a recognition of pattern and realization of new possibilities, while interpretation is a refinement of ideas and insight to make them understandable. So we found that in the individual level, at employee level, that they have given reviews about management to be very bad, and managers are managers don't care about them as a person. So in order to solve this, we found that if there is feedback of weekly or monthly, in the study shows that highly engaged is about 74% of employees, and 8% are employees doesn't want to only 8% wants to leave from the job, and 81% are willing to stay in the job. So if they implement this, their management system can be improved. So employee also want more feedback from managers, which is about 77%. So the third thing is integration. Integration is transformation of conscious on the implication of information into collective actions, and the integrations could be achieved by empowering leadership, because empower leadership, we found that in the diagram that it is highly correlated with team process and team engagement, which in the end is correlated with team innovations, where integration of new ideas takes place in. And Tala groups will focus on empowering leadership, criteria like leading by examples, participate decision making, coaching, informing, showing concern, interacting with teams for better performance of integration of ideas. So last thing we have is initialization. Initialization is establishing a routine action standard operating procedures that allows new information to embed it in an organization. We have some examples of industrialization where companies is successfully done it. So Google industrialization, its value of innovation, that is 20% of employee time is used in fashion project, which has lead to creation of Gmail and Google News, which is proven to be highly successful. McDonald's also institutionalized its operation through standard operating procedures that ensure every outlets provides the same quality and experience globally. The success is profit and growth even in financial recession. Tata institutionalized its governance by creating a unified code of ethics across all subsidiaries. The success is smooth operation and control over its large number of subsidiaries. So Tala can use this institutionalization of innovations, consistency, and code of ethics to improve their organize learning process and improve their profitability in the company. Comparative intelligence is really important for organized learning, and the study shows that 90% of Fortune 500 companies already use comparative intelligence to gain a competitive advantages. And Tala can also use competitive intelligence to identify competitors and gain the competitive advantage from it.
Hi everybody. So now we will gonna discuss about some of the main strategies that would suit Tala as they move towards the future. There are many strategic approaches that they can adopt in order to scale their operations. So our focus will be on the four main strategies mentioned here, and one of them is leveraging tech and AI. Currently, Tala uses 10,000 data points to extract data from their borrowers' phones. As mentioned here already, that Tala is using AI to make the process faster and also the process of application submission to decision making smoother. What they can do is that they can refine those machine learning language models by enhancing them. Tala can use AI for personalization to predict customers' need and to get to know their analytics, like to uh, get to know about the repayment efficiencies of the customers, or that are they are able to pay those loans or not, for example. So they can use various data protection tags to strengthen their security and also the privacy of the customers data. And also they can develop various AI models for some specific areas related to cultural, linguistics, and also the economic nuances. So the second strategy is about customized risk sharing models. It means that sharing the risk between the customers and the lenders. One of them is risk pooling through community lending. It means that they could develop their platforms that enable customers to join lending pools where each participant can contribute, and if there is default, the other can cover the cost. Then another one is about using smart contracts. As we already know that they use blockchain technology in the form of crypto wallet, they can also use smart contracts with terms defined that enable automated and transparent risk sharing. The other one is about risk assessment for the future that enable them to personalize the loan terms accordingly. So now the third strategy is about the merger and acquisitions. As I mentioned already here, that Tala partner with some of the big companies like Stellar for like blockchain technologies, and now what they can do is that they can partner with some of the smaller startups specializing in agri-tech finance and also healthcare finance or e-commerce platforms to offer the customers some credit linked discounts. And also they can collaborate with some of the financial education firms so that they can offer the skill development courses to the customers. So the last strategy is about integrating behavioral finance. What is behavioral finance? It means the psychology of customer. In this, What we can do is integrating some micro saving programs, means saving rest money of the roundup amount in Tala's wallet for every transaction, and also maybe offer some subscription based services like lowering the interest rates or providing priority support to customers, etc. They can also develop some ecosystem based lending where customer can borrow money and repay them while tracting with the ecosystem members. So now the main question emerges, do they really need to change its strategies as it develops? The answer is yes, because as per this graph, an organization produces more of a product or service, it gains experience, leading to efficiencies and cost reductions. But as organization scales and gain cost advantages, the focus shift from survival and rapid growth to operational. So, because of that, there are several factors that can affect the need to change its strategies as it develops. One of the main factor is shift in market dynamics. So, in future, there will be a shift in market dynamics as they enter the new market and face increased competition. And then another factor can be the scaling challenges as Tala will scale up from learning school approach to a more structured planning approach. So there will be more challenges will come on their way. The another factor can be also they have to adjust allocating their resources, like moving from innovation driven growth to a cost leadership strategies to optimize operation and also to improve their profitability. Also, another factor about a technological advancement, many technological advancement will happen over time. Tala have to focus more on strategies of AI, blockchain, etc. to retain its edge. The another one is about the customer demand and behavior that will change over time. So Tala might need to adopt high performance strategies to improve product delivery, customer service, etc. to remain its roots on the ground. And also there will be a cultural integration. So Tala scale its internal culture that will play a crucial role in maintaining cohesion. A shift could help in smooth integration of the culture. So, with that being said, these are the factors that can affect the need to change its strategies as they develop. So, thank you so much for your attention. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you.